Can we all take a moment and give a round of applause for Issa and Amik? Hola mi gente, MsMalcolmHughes here. Welcome back. Today we are going to discuss Love on Lock, a short story by Ashley Antoinette that takes place during the Butterfly book series. This is a story that is seemingly situates us when Morgan and Amik are really just getting to know each other. And if you will recall from the books, Yali really seems to have a connection with Amik, and so did Masari. So that lets us know that they've likely spent more time together than what we see in the books. And this story is an example of that. We have them all at Morgan's having a game night. Yali and Masari are asleep. And then at some point, Masari runs out talking about a monster being in the room, taking Yali. And they go in, and it turns out that it's not an actual monster. It's a figurative monster. And so they go through that journey of helping Masari to realize that, one, he's not in actual danger. Two, he has knights who will protect him if he were to be. And so in this moment, we see Morgan really take in the fact that she has these men in her life who love her and will protect her and her children, and that brings her warmth. But then she's talking to Arya about it, and again that guilt arises with her feelings toward Amik. And there's something that Arya says to Morgan in that moment that I really want to talk about, and that's Arya telling Morgan that she deserves someone who treats her as good as Amik, and for her not to sabotage it for herself. And throughout the book, we see that like Morgan and Amik may not get the chance that I feel like they deserve. Every time there's always something, there's always a burden, there's always a hurdle, which cause to question, is it as meant to be as it seems, or is it just a karmic situation with lessons that are to be learned? Or maybe it's a soulmate situation, but not the soulmate that she needs to go through this life with, right? Do we think that Morgan fumbled or self-sabotaged Amik? I think that that's a good question, and I'm getting that from what Arya said to her. In some ways, I do think she's self-sabotaging, because if you read book 5, I said in my review, I think she's responding too rashly. Like, she hasn't really given herself time to think about all the implications they're in. I know she's responding right now from pure emotion, from ego, especially because of her situation with the girl who claims to be pregnant with Amik's child. And so what will happen with Morgan and Amik, I don't know, but this just called to mind a lot of what I was thinking. I do think that Morgan is self-sabotaging her time with Amik. I think that obviously Bash was a real situation, but that's done. Now she could argue that she's showing up for Amik. She's going to get him. She's going to get her man. But at the moment of difficult situations, at the moment of something not going the way she wants it to, at the moment of anything being a little complicated that isn't of her causing, she's ready to bounce and ready to like tail out of there. And I don't think that's right. I do think that she is ruining something that is possibly really good for her. And I do think it's a bit sabotaging, self-sabotaging for sure. I want to know what you all think. How do you feel about the Morgan and Amik situation? Do you think that Morgan is self-sabotaging? Do you think she's justified in her rage toward Amik? Do you think that it's over between them, or do you think that they'll get another chance? I do know that Ashley Antoinette spoke to this a little bit in a live video over on Instagram. She doesn't know if they'll get another chance. I want to know what you all think. So drop your comment down below. You know I love to talk about this epic world, so I look forward to reading your comments. That is it for me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I am MsMalcolmHughes, one who believes that books are sometimes better than people. Please remember to give time, to be kind to each other, and to have the very best day of your life on purpose. Peace, odabo, adios, ciao.